got no plan beyond the door. Packed a bag and set it by the entrance, and somehow never picked it up at all. Something made him stay, he still can't say what. Maybe just the weight of what he knew. A ticket folded soft inside his jacket, a road he memorized but never drove. He wonders sometimes who he might have been if he had boarded like he meant to that November. A different city, different name above the door. A stranger's life he'll never have to answer for. But he stayed here, and the seasons kept on turning, and somehow staying turned into a life. Not the one he pictured on that platform, but one that fits him better than he thought. A ticket to nowhere folded in his coat, a road he almost took but never rode. Some journeys end before they ever leave the station, and some of us are better for the staying. He keeps it not because he means to use it, but because it shows him who he could have been. The version of himself that almost left and chose instead to build a life within. A ticket to nowhere still there in his coat. Not a road he's taking, just a life he's come to know. Some journeys end before they ever leave the station, and he's still here and glad and staying. It slipped his wrist and hit the kitchen tile. The second hand just froze and never moved. 9 o'clock on a Thursday. Nothing special, except that it was the last hour he had proof. He meant to take it to the man on 5th Street. Kept forgetting, kept it in the drawer instead. Some things you fix eventually get fixed. Some things you leave broken on purpose. His daughter asks him why he wears it still, a watch that hasn't told the time in years. He tells her it's not really about the hour, it's about a moment he's not ready to lose. The leather band is cracked along the edge, the glass face clouded like a winter morning. Some clocks keep time for those who need reminding. His just keeps a single hour safe. His watch stopped at 9, the night the phone rang twice, still on his wrist, though the hands refused to turn. Some clocks keep time, and some just keep a moment. His keeps the one he wasn't ready to let go. Someday maybe he'll wind it up again. Let 9 o'clock become just another hour. But for now he likes it frozen where it stopped. A little piece of time he still can hold. His watch stopped at 9, and 9 o'clock stayed with him, not as an hour, but as a name he still says soft. Some clocks keep time, and some just keep a moment. He wears the moment, not the time it lost. It rained the night he left his coat behind, a black umbrella leaning by the door. She meant to call and say, "You left this here," but somehow never dialed anymore. The handle wore a little shine of use, though it had not been opened in a year. She'd pass it every morning on her way and feel something she couldn't quite call clear. The weather app would warn of coming rain. She'd glance at it, but still she'd walk on through, as if the storm were something she could earn, a small forgiveness for not thinking of you. Her neighbors thought it strange, an umbrella kept by someone who no longer had a name. But some things aren't about the rain at all. They're about a door that closes just the same. So she keeps it folded, quiet by the door, not for shelter, just to know it's there. A black umbrella holding half a season, a promise she's not ready to repair. Somewhere a sky is turning heavy gray, and somewhere she is standing dry and still, learning that love can live in what we save, even after we've stopped climbing that same hill. The seasons kept on turning, one by one. The umbrella stood unopened by the wall, until one evening clouds rolled in too fast, and she reached for it before she thought at all. She opened it beneath a sudden rain, and felt the years fall softly off her shoulders. home slower than she meant to walk, somehow less alone beneath the black and blue. Dinner's in the oven, don't wait up for me. Left early, love you, lock the door behind. Little yellow squares in careful handwriting, stuck with tape that yellowed over time. She never meant to save them, not on purpose. They just stayed there, one on top of one. Some habits turn to evidence of loving long before you notice what you've done. The fridge stays quiet now most every morning. No more scribbled reminders by the door. She still stands there reading every message, long after there's no reason to anymore. The tape has lost its grip on half of them. She presses corners back with gentle hands. Some paper holds a person better than any photograph ever can. Notes left on the fridge in your handwriting, 100 small reminders, nothing grand, nothing much to say, but everything worth keeping, still stuck there where you left them, still in reach. She never told you how much those notes meant, small proof that you were thinking of her too. So she leaves them where they've always been, a quiet way of visiting with you. Notes left on the fridge in your handwriting, still soft with morning light most every day. Nothing much to say, but everything worth keeping, 100 small ways you never went away. Two left feet and a nervous kind of laughter. He stepped on her shoes before the first verse played. She only smiled and pulled him a little closer, said, "Just follow me, we'll find our way." He never took a lesson, never wanted, figured dancing wasn't made for men like him. But something in the way she held his shoulder made the room feel smaller, made it simple. The years went by and still he never learned it. Still gets the count wrong at every wedding song. But in the kitchen late on quiet evenings, they sway a little, nothing fancy, nothing wrong. Their daughter teases him about his footwork. He laughs and says he only learned enough. Some things were never meant for perfect timing. Some things were only ever meant for love. He never learned to dance, but he still holds her off the beat, but nothing else to say. Some things you don't need lessons for at all. He never learned to dance, but stayed. Someday maybe both their feet will finally find the steps they never bothered learning. But until that unlikely evening comes, they'll sway right here, a little off, still burning. He never learned to dance and never will now. But 40 years of holding on say more. Some things you don't need lessons for at all. He never learned to dance, but gave her everything. Second floor, my grandmother's old house. I'd kneel there watching storms roll off the hills, counting every drop that raced the pain. Certain one of them would win. The paint was chipped along the wooden sill. The glass was cold against my open hand. I didn't know that I was building something I'd spend my whole life trying to understand. The house belongs to strangers, now I hear. New curtains where the old lace used to hang. But somewhere in a quiet part of me, I'm 7 years old again. I used to think the rain was something falling. Now I know it's something carried through. 100 storms since then have come and gone, but none of them have felt quite like that view. Rain on an old behind. Every storm that passes through my city now pulls me back before I understood goodbye to a girl who thought the world was only as big as what she saw outside. Rain on an old windowsill, further every year. The house forgets me, but the weather never does. Every time it storms, I'm 7 again and small. And somehow that's the safest place I know. He left his phone across the room that night, too tired to notice when it rang 3 times. By morning there was just a missed call icon and a silence that would take him years to find. He told himself he'd call her back at lunch, then let the lunch hour slide into the dark. Some conversations wait for perfect moments that never come, no matter how you plan. Now he checks his phone before he checks the door, keeps the ringer loud in every room. But some calls only ever come around once, and some silence doesn't lift, it just changes shape. He plays the voicemail that she never left, imagines what she might have wanted to say. Some things you carry, not because they're heavy, but because you never got to put them down. He missed her call on an ordinary Tuesday, told himself tomorrow, like there'd always be one more. Now he dials her number just to hear it ringing, a sound that used to mean she'd answer soon. If he could turn the clock back one more time, he'd let it ring until his hands stopped shaking. But some doors only open for a moment, and some songs only play the once. He still remembers that ordinary Tuesday, the 3 rings that he let go on too long. Now every phone that rings still makes him listen, half hoping, half afraid of who it's from. Somewhere past the northern coast, the words came quick before she lost her nerve. Wish you were here, I finally understand the kind of quiet this town deserves. She bought a stamp but couldn't find the box, slipped it instead beneath the paper bag. Some things get carried halfway to the door and somehow never find their way back. She thinks sometimes about the girl who wrote it, braver with a pen than with her voice. How easy it had been to say I miss you when there was no one there to hear the choice. The ink has faded soft along the fold, the photograph still holds its ocean blue. Some words are only meant for one pair of eyes, and maybe that pair was only ever hers. So it waits in a drawer, unsealed, unsent, a small confession dressed as a souvenir. The picture's fading but the words stay bright, a postcard holding half a wasted year. Spring comes around and she takes it out again, reads it like a letter from someone else, wonders if some things are better carried quietly forever on a shelf. It still waits in the drawer, unsealed, unsent, but now she understands what it was for. Not every wish needs mailing to come true. Some postcards do their work behind a door. The board above her flickered, flight delayed. She'd read the same line 40 times by now. Coffee going cold inside her hand, eyes fixed where the jet bridge met the crowd. She wasn't sure exactly who she waited for, the version of him now or one she used to know. Some people come home different than they left, and some just come home late. An announcement crackled, then went still again. The cleaning crew began to stack the chairs. She thought about just leaving, going home, pretending she had never come down here. But something kept her rooted to the seat, a stubbornness she didn't choose herself. Some waiting isn't really a about the way, it's about who you become while standing still. She waited by the gate, past the last call, told herself 5 more minutes, 5 more still. Some people wait for hours, some for years. She waited by the gate and didn't leave. And when she finally let herself believe that maybe this was one more disappointment, she heard a voice behind her call her name, out of breath and laughing and home. She waited by the gate until he came, ran the last few steps to close the distance. Some people wait for hours, some for years. She waited by the gate, and it was worth it. It hangs a little heavy on her shoulders, still holds a trace of smoke behind the collar. She rolls the sleeves twice just to free her hands. It doesn't fit, but somehow it feels like armor. She wears it walking home when autumn turns, the kind of cold that asks for something borrowed. Some things you keep not because they're useful, but because of who was wearing them before. Her sister asks her why she hasn't donated it. It's been 2 winters, maybe 3 by now. She just shrugs and pulls it tighter around her. Some questions don't need answers, only time. The lining's torn a little near the pocket, a ticket stub still folded deep inside. Some coats are only ever good for warmth, and some are good for carrying someone's ghost. She wears his old jacket, walking home at dusk. Sleeves too long, but somehow that feels right. Some things you outgrow, and some you just keep wearing long after they've stopped fitting anyone but memory. One day the smoke will fade out of the fabric, and it'll just be a jacket, nothing more. But until that quiet morning finally comes, she'll keep the sleeves rolled twice and keep the door. She still wears his jacket most October evenings, not for him now, but for who she used to be. Some things you outgrow, and some you just keep wearing. A little warmth that still remembers company. He bought it in November, cash in hand. One way out, no plan beyond the door. Packed a bag and set it by the entrance, and somehow never picked it up at all. Something made him stay, he still can't say what. Maybe just the weight of what he knew. A ticket folded soft inside his jacket, a road he memorized but never drove. He wonders sometimes who he might have been if he had boarded like he meant to that November. A different city, different name above the door. A stranger's life he'll never have to answer for. But he stayed here, and the seasons kept on turning, and somehow staying turned into a life. Not the one he pictured on that platform, but one that fits him better than he thought. A ticket to nowhere folded in his coat, a road he almost took but never rode. Some journeys end before they ever leave the station, and some of us are better for the staying. He keeps it not because he means to use it, but because it shows him who he could have been. The version of himself that almost left and chose instead to build a life within. A ticket to nowhere still there in his coat. Not a road he's taking, just a life he's come to know. Some journeys end before they ever leave the station, and he's still here and glad and staying. It slipped his wrist and hit the kitchen tile. The second hand just froze and never moved. 9 o'clock on a Thursday. Nothing special, except that it was the last hour he had proof. He meant to take it to the man on 5th Street. Kept forgetting, kept it in the drawer instead. Some things you fix eventually get fixed. Some things you leave broken on purpose. His daughter asks him why he wears it still, a watch that hasn't told the time in years. He tells her it's not really about the hour, it's about a moment he's not ready to lose. The leather band is cracked along the edge, the glass face clouded like a winter morning. Some clocks keep time for those who need reminding. His just keeps a single hour safe. His watch stopped at 9. The night the phone rang twice, still on his wrist, though the hands refused to turn. Some clocks keep time, and some just keep a moment. His keeps the one he wasn't ready to let go. Someday maybe he'll wind it up again. Let 9 o'clock become just another hour. But for now he likes it frozen where it stopped. A little piece of time he still can hold. His watch stopped at 9, and 9 o'clock stayed with him, not as an hour, but as a name he still says soft. Some clocks keep time, and some just keep a moment. He wears the moment, not the time it lost. It rained the night he left his coat behind, a black umbrella leaning by the door. She meant to call and say, "You left this here," but somehow never dialed anymore. The handle wore a little shine of use, though it had not been opened in a year. She'd pass it every morning on her way and feel something she couldn't quite call clear. The weather app would warn of coming rain. She'd glance at it, but still she'd walk on through, as if the storm were something she could earn. A small forgiveness for not thinking of you. Her neighbors thought it strange, an umbrella kept by someone who no longer had a name. But something's on about the rain at all. They're about a door that closes just the same. So she keeps it folded, quiet by the door, not for shelter, just to know it's there. A black umbrella holding half a season, a promise she's not ready to repair. Somewhere a sky is turning heavy gray, and somewhere she is standing dry and still, learning that love can live in what we save, even after we've stopped climbing that same hill. The seasons kept on turning, one by one. The umbrella stood unopened by the wall, until one evening clouds rolled in too fast, and she reached for it before she thought at all. She opened it beneath a sudden rain, and felt the years fall softly off her shoulders. The handle fit her palm like it remembered every storm they'd weathered. Growing older, maybe keeping isn't holding on too tight. Maybe it's just carrying what's true. She walked home slower than she meant to walk, somehow less alone beneath the black and blue. Dinner's in the oven, don't wait up for me. Left early, love you, lock the door behind. Little yellow squares in careful handwriting, stuck with tape that yellowed over time. She never meant to save them, not on purpose. They just stayed there, one on top of one. Some habits turn to evidence of loving long before you notice what you've done. The fridge stays quiet now most every morning. No more scribbled reminders by the door. She still stands there reading every message, long after there's no reason to anymore. The tape has lost its grip on half of them. She presses corners back with gentle hands. Some paper holds a person better than any photograph ever can. Notes left on the fridge in your handwriting, 100 small reminders, nothing grand, nothing much to say, but everything worth keeping, still stuck there where you left them. Still in reach. She never told you how much those notes meant. Small proof that you were thinking of her too. So she leaves them where they've always been, a quiet way of visiting with you. Notes left on the fridge in your handwriting, still soft with morning light most every day. Nothing much to say, but everything worth keeping, 100 small ways you never went away. before the first verse played. She only smiled and pulled him a little closer, said, "Just follow me, we'll find our way." He never took a lesson, never wanted. Figured dancing wasn't made for men like him. But something in the way she held his shoulder made the room feel smaller, made it simple. The years went by and still he never learned it. Still gets the count wrong at every wedding song. But in the kitchen late on quiet evenings, they sway a little, nothing fancy, nothing wrong. Their daughter teases him about his footwork. He laughs and says he only learned enough. Some things were never meant for perfect timing. Some things were only ever meant for love. He never learned to dance, but he still holds her off the beat, but nothing else to say. Some things you don't need lessons for at all. He never learned to dance, but stayed. Someday maybe both their feet will finally find the steps they never bothered learning. But until that unlikely evening comes, they'll sway right here, a little off, still burning. He never learned to dance and never will now. But 40 years of holding on say more. Some things you don't need lessons for at all. He never learned to dance, but gave her everything. Second floor, my grandmother's old house. I'd kneel there watching storms roll off the hills, counting every drop that raced the pain, certain one of them would win. The paint was chipped along the wooden sill. The glass was cold against my open hand. I didn't know that I was building something I'd spend my whole life trying to understand. The house belongs to strangers, now I hear. New curtains where the old lace used to hang. But somewhere in a quiet part of me, I'm 7 years old again. I used to think the rain was something falling. Now I know it's something carried through. 100 storms since then have come and gone, but none of them have felt quite like that view. stay open in the mind. I still hear it tapping out a name I used to answer to, somewhere back before I learned to leave things behind. Every storm that passes through my city now pulls me back before I understood goodbye to a girl who thought the world was only as big as what she saw outside. Rain on an old windowsill, further every year. The house forgets me, but the weather never does. Every time it storms, I'm 7 again and small, and somehow that's the safest place I know. He left his phone across the room that night, too tired to notice when it rang 3 times. By morning there was just a missed call icon, and a silence that would take him years to find. He told himself he'd call her back at lunch, then let the lunch hour slide into the dark. Some conversations wait for perfect moments that never come, no matter how you plan. Now he checks his phone before he checks the door, keeps the ringer loud in every room. But some calls only ever come around once, and some silence doesn't lift, it just changes shape. He plays the voicemail that she never left, imagines what she might have wanted to say. Some things you carry, not because they're heavy, but because you never got to put them down. He missed her call on an ordinary Tuesday, told himself tomorrow, like there'd always be one more. Now he dials her number just to hear it ringing, a sound that used to mean she'd answer soon. If he could turn the clock back one more time, he'd let it ring until his hands stopped shaking. But some doors only open for a moment, and some songs only play the once. He still remembers that ordinary Tuesday, the 3 rings that he let go on too long. Now every phone that rings still makes him listen, half hoping, half afraid. of who it's from. She wrote it somewhere past the northern coast. The words came quick before she lost her nerve. Wish you were here, I finally understand the kind of quiet this town deserves. She bought a stamp but couldn't find the box, slipped it instead beneath the paper bag. Some things get carried halfway to the door and somehow never find their way back. She thinks sometimes about the girl who wrote it, braver with a pen than with her voice. How easy it had been to say I miss you when there was no one there to hear the choice. The ink has faded soft along the fold. The photograph still holds its ocean blue. Some words are only meant for one pair of eyes, and maybe that pair was only ever hers. So it waits in a drawer, unsealed, unsent, a small confession dressed as a souvenir. The picture's fading, but the words stay bright. A postcard holding half a wasted year. Spring comes around and she takes it out again, reads it like a letter from someone else, wonders if some things are better carried quietly forever on a shelf. It still waits in the drawer, unsealed, unsent, but now she understands what it was for. Not every wish needs mailing to come true. Some postcards do their work behind a door. The board above her flickered, flight delayed. She'd read the same line 40 times by now. Coffee going cold inside her hand, eyes fixed where the jet bridge met the crowd. She wasn't sure exactly who she waited for, the version of him now or one she used to know. Some people come home different than they left, and some just come home late. An announcement crackled, then went still again. The cleaning crew began to to stack the chairs. She thought about just leaving, going home, pretending she had never come down here. But something kept her rooted to the seat, a stubbornness she didn't choose herself. Some waiting isn't really about the wait, it's about who you become while standing still. She waited by the gate, past the last call, told herself 5 more minutes, 5 more still. Some people wait for hours, some for years. She waited by the gate and didn't leave. And when she finally let herself believe that maybe this was one more disappointment, she heard a voice behind her call her name, out of breath and laughing and home. She waited by the gate until he came, ran the last few steps to close the distance. Some people wait for hours, some for years. She waited by the gate, and it was worth it. It hangs a little heavy on her shoulders, still holds a trace of smoke behind the collar. She rolls the sleeves twice just to free her hands. It doesn't fit, but somehow it feels like armor. She wears it walking home when autumn turns, the kind of cold that asks for something borrowed. Some things you keep not because they're useful, but because of who was wearing them before. Her sister asks her why she hasn't donated it. It's been 2 winters, maybe 3 by now. She just shrugs and pulls it tighter around her. Some questions don't need answers, only time. The lining's torn a little near the pocket, a ticket stub still folded deep inside. Some coats are only ever good for warmth, and some are good for carrying someone's ghost. She wears his old jacket, walking home at dusk. Sleeves too long, but somehow that feels right. Some things you outgrow, and some you just keep wearing long after they've stopped fitting anyone but memory. One day the smoke will fade out of the fabric, and it'll just be a jacket, nothing more. But until that quiet morning finally comes, she'll keep the sleeves rolled twice and keep the door. She still wears his jacket most October evenings. Not for him now, but for who she used to be. Some things you outgrow, and some you just keep